All right, then everybody, this is Yara here, and I'm over here with Rudy that got first place multiple times right at regional flights, at locals, and he's pretty good with this deck that he's about to showcase. And what deck are you playing, Rudy?
Heroes. Oh no, never mind. Yubel.
Yeah, he had to put you heroes down to play this deck, but what made you want to play this deck?
Just the synergy with the new Fiendsmith stuff, and just like the fact that this could literally OTK a lot of decks. The only deck that I really struggle with is Tempai, but even then, it's just like the board now with the Fiendsmith that I set up. I mean, it's good. I mean, I only lose to board breakers, but I mean, it's one of those things that if they have it, they have it.
Okay. All right. Any shout outs or anything you want to say?
Yeah, shout out to boy Yada behind the camera. Shout out to all the goons here at Random Encounter Games. Shout out to Michael and Christian. You know, hopefully they can come one day. But other than that, that's it.
All right. Sounds good. Then we can get started then.
3 of the best normal. Samsara. This might get hit on the list, to be honest, but right now you need to maximize this. You need to maximize on your 1 card starters. Everything else is self-explanatory. I cut the Yubel down to 2 because now with the Fiendsmith stuff, you're not just relying on the Nightmare Pain OTK, but this is still just like, for the extra deck because I'm playing 2 Phantom. This is still good and this is still needed. 2 Beckoning Bees. If the continuous does get hit to 1, I'm gonna bump this up or even put in the Chaos Beast because I'm not playing that. But essentially, it's just like I just want to maximize. Like I said, I want to maximize on the 1 card starters. 2 Swarmer. I mean, self-explanatory. Fiendsmith package. Self-explanatory.
Are you gonna play the new Fiendsmiths that are gonna come out? The Link and the girl.
The new waifu, yeah.
Yeah.
It just depends on what gets hit on the ban list. Like Apple is probably one of the cards that's gonna be potentially a hit. So that would basically put a flex spot for the new Link one, or it's a Link 2. Sorry. Hand traps, 3 Ash, 3 Veiler, and 3 Imperm. I find that these are really, really good because it hits mostly every deck. Plus, what I'm playing with as well, I know this is kind of out of order, but I'm also playing 2 Crossout and then 1 Call By. So essentially, like I'm running the hand traps that are relevant and that would actually hit my deck. Like Nib, I mean, by the time we get to the Nib point, we already have Phantom on field, so it doesn't matter. Droll is not really in this format. Does it hurt? Yeah, but we're only literally, with this deck, we're only doing like maybe 1 to 2 searches, and it just depends on the hand. If we have all gas, we'll set up one throne will literally just get you the Phantom, so like we don't care about Droll. But everything else, if they know where to hit it, like this actually comes up more oftentimes than that. Plus in the mirror, if I have this and like one of my opponents has Samsara Lotus tribute, call Samsara Lotus, so it gets a normal summon out of the way, and they basically have to rely on 4 cards in hand. Obviously 3 Throne, self-explanatory. The contender that might get hit to 1. This card is just so broken. Like, I mean, just the fact that we search, we pitch the special, and we add itself back or another continuous spell is insane. So I'm thinking that they won't hit Yubel directly, but this is probably a way to hit them indirectly. 2 Talents. 2 Pain. Again, I cut the 3rd one because I'm not just relying on Pain OTK. The second one does come up more oftentimes for me when they SP banish or they pop it with Biden. So like if you have one and you search the other one, and if you're playing Tempai, you activate both. So they can only bite and pop 1, so they still have to swing in and they'll still take damage.
You don't like the trap card, the continuous trap card?
No, so because I'm not playing Super Ball anymore and I'm not playing Chronicle, like it's not needed anymore. Like the deck does what it does, especially with the new Fiendsmith stuff. Like the engines and combo lines are very, very different, but we don't need Chronicle, we don't need the favorite Eternal Favorite, so we don't need those. I mean, if Yubel gets hit in a wave, I might think about adding it back, but as of right now, this is what is good. And then also the 1-ofs. I'm actually thinking about cutting this one and actually putting in what is the other one? The one that pops?
Escape, I think.
Yeah, Escape.
Yeah.
Because more oftentimes than not, the combo lines, I'm usually ending on, uh, ending on Apple, Caesar, Virudis, and then the Phantom, or like, he's under Caesar. So I would much rather prefer the pop one rather than the special summon, because the board itself is already going to do what it needs to do to not let my opponent play. So the popping could dodge, like droplet. Like if I have three monsters and they drop it for three, I can just the whatever it is, the pop one, pop two, so droplet fizzles, and then if I have the blue dog, if I have the rage, I just add back Yubel to not die. Extra deck, again, self-explanatory. Almirage just comes up too many times for me, so I'd rather just leave it on there. Just the fact that I can protect my Yubel with by being destroyed by card effects, so like Raigekis, Dark Hole, and it's for the turn, so it's not a once, it's not like a Banelink system, once per turn, protect. It's during the whole turn. So this is how you basically out-tempo and not die. The self-explanatories for the Fiendsmith stuff. The Unchained package with the SP. Wrong one. The Fiendsmith stuff. I'm not playing Desiree because I think it just, it's good. Having a 2 hot red is good, don't get me wrong. But for my build, for what I'm doing, I'd rather just end on Virudis and Phantom and Apple with the Caesar rather than just the Desiree with like the Phantom and maybe an Apple, because you essentially go and use a lot of resources, which the deck can pump out a lot, but you don't necessarily need to use that many resources for a potential 1 to 2 card hot red negate, when especially if they cyclone or they bait it out with time perm, it's like you use all the resources for nothing. The Apple, of course, like I said, if she gets banned, I'll just probably throw an access code or like maybe another flex spot. The Caesar and Virudis, and then 2 Phantoms. Like I said, the third one, the math for me, the third one rarely comes up. It comes up, yes, in the grind, but for the most part, it's the 2 is 2 works for me. And then the side deck, 3 Judgments. Judgment's just too good to not play right now. It just literally stops Dark Ruler, evenly combo, or like if my opponent activates Dark Ruler or like whatever, and they chain droplet, if I somehow negate it, just Judgment negate it. And because I don't mind going down, if I have 2 or 3 Judgments, I don't mind going down to like 1,000 to 2,000 life points, because on the clapback I'll just end up OTKing. 3 Niv for those pesky road decks that just flood the board with everything. 2 Bestials. I had a Baldrake, but I ended up cutting it for a 1-of that's kind of toxic, but I mean it's one of those things. It's like if I have it, I'd just rather just see that than a Baldrake. 3 Mo Charmy, Maxi, and the other one is just gonna be broken. So like if you play 3 and 3 of the other one and just pitch 2, you're literally just plussing so hard, it's like not even funny. This is the part where we say we have Maxi at home, and I honestly think that this is potentially better. Just
that looks beautiful, that rarity.
Oh yeah, the QCRs, yeah. I was able to get the deck almost basically everything QCR. 3 seconds for back row. In the mirror, this comes up way too much because just the Harpies is better essentially on paper, just popping the whole board. But the thing is, just like, because they can still get it back with the continuous, with the opening of the gates. So I'd rather just banish it and hurt their follow up. Because in the mirror match, it's very, very hard to OTK. Especially if you're playing into a full board. So this kind of outs is also the Desiree, because you banish the link too, so you hurt their follow up, and you actually banish the negate, or they don't get the negates anymore. And then the toxic 1-of.
Oh yeah, you think this card's gonna get banned?
More than likely.
Yeah.
I mean, just the fact that we can do the Griffin line with it, like it's just one of those things. It's just like turning off a third of the deck when spells are probably one of the most broken aspects of the game right now. yeah, I think this is probably a good contender to get banned. But as of right now, I'd like to play my style with the cards that I have access to right now. So this is just one of those toxic ones that you just have to play. And if they have the out, they have it. But it's one of those things that they just have to.
All right, then. Really appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, man. Thank you.